And also, like when a man goes even more further into semen retention or holding the semen or just, doing these things. I don't know if you ever heard about that, but
I've heard of it.
yeah, so then it's even better because then you can actually have sex all day long because your man's not getting tired because he's not spilling the semen, which is great. And then you have a whole other level of sex because it doesn't make you tired anymore. Now you come into energy where it's so highly uplifting, and it's actually like a boost of energy, and you get super, super creative. Because now you're using the sexual energy for creative energy. Now you're not using it anymore just for pleasure. You're using it actually to create, to produce things.
Well, if you're retaining the little guys. But you're having sex every day, then how are you really, meaning if you're not masturbating as a guy and you're only having sex with your partner, then okay, then you're technically retaining it for her, but you're still not retaining it on a daily basis. You're still releasing it. So are you saying that because you're doing with a significant other that you care about versus doing it in a kind of pointless fashion alone, that it has a huge difference in the way that it's released and the way that the sexual energy is released?
Well, yeah. First and foremost, you don't do it for her. You do it for yourself because you learn how to recycle your own energy back. Second, it's good when you know how to retain your semen because you're not going to get any girl pregnant randomly, which is great because we have way too many kids out here where the dudes just disappear after.
Mm-hmm.
And also the woman the same, just irresponsible, not protecting herself and just receiving that that semen,
Yep.
There's men when they really have trained it, they don't spill it at all, and they always recycle it back. So when you recycle it back, it gives you a lot of energy, so you never spill it. But sometimes, yeah, of course, when you start doing it, then you spill, and then sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. You kind of mix it up, and you feel the difference because when you start not spilling it, and you learn how to breathe your semen, your energy back in, your orgasmic energy back in, it's so amazing. It feels so good that you don't want to go anymore to only spilling the semen. You may do it every now and then, but it's not fulfilling for you anymore.
But if you're having sex with your partner every day, that doesn't count as spilling semen, according to what you're saying? It's not the same?
I don't understand that question. What do you mean by
Meaning
that?
if it's spilling, if you're spilling it, you're spilling it. So if you're married or you're dating somebody and you guys have sex every day,
Mhm.
and you're obviously spread it, you're releasing.
You don't have to.
Oh, so you're saying to have sex and not let it out?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's new to me. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Go on.
It's very challenging for men. I'm not saying it's an easy thing to do.
Oh, that seems very difficult. And that seems...
It requires a lot of discipline on a physical level, and it requires a lot of shifting and detox on a mental level.
So you're pretty much... You're not going to call it suppression, but I look at it as suppression. So you're just...
You expand it.
But you're going to have the feeling of orgasm without it coming, without releasing it?
Yeah. And then you can orgasm for a long time because you're not releasing. Because when you release, you only orgasm for a second or so, over the 5 seconds. But when you breathe it back in and you don't spill it, you're going to go on a high, and then you stay. It's the same for the women. The women, it's just that we're not spilling something. I mean, some women do, but overall we're not spilling something. But it's like for women, it's the same. She can come, goes up and goes down. And then some women can multi-orgasm, go up, down, up, down, up, down until she's done. Right.
But for women, it's known that they can orgasm without anything coming out necessarily.
Yeah.
If they can, because a lot of women don't even get to. But for men, yeah. I always knew that too. We call that blue balls where I'm from. That's
women don't get to orgasm because they're not taking enough time with their bodies to get to know them, and then they don't teach their men how to take time with their bodies. That's what to say. You're a normal person that really loves pleasure for women.
Mm-hmm.
You do want that, but most women don't know how to access it, and then the men doesn't know it either, you know, unless you're a guy that says, hey, let me take some time with you and I really want to make it work, and you have the patience to figure it out with her. But to go back to the orgasmic waves, like even as a woman, when you learn how to cycle back your orgasm, so not letting it out, because the energy of orgasm is always and it goes out, right? So now when you circle it back in, it goes, and then you cycle it even more back in. So even for the woman, you don't have to orgasm. So now for a woman, it doesn't make so much of a difference in terms of energy, because for you men, when you spill the semen, it's out and you're like, that's it, you know? So for a woman, when you do learn how to cycle back your orgasms as well, same thing, you can go on that high. So you go up, you orgasm, and then instead of going down, you go even higher, and then you stay on that. And you can stay on that for hours. Like, especially when both know how to do it, you stay on it for hours, and you just get high.